Last time on Heavensward. Yeah. Hi everyone, Gloria Sunshine here. I am doing the thing. They told me to take a break. I did not listen. So we are here. I am fighting through a headache. Which I cannot actually stop myself from not having, because it is serotonin draining from my skull. So I cannot stop myself from being in pain. So whatever. We'll deal with it. We'll do it as time goes on. We'll do it as time goes on. We'll be okay. That's fine. That's fine. The situation has commenced so that I do not need to worry about things. What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed to my heart? This Heart's faith in the worm was misplaced, which leads us on one road to follow. Heaven's place, Gloria is just like, oh yeah, I knew this was coming. I pity the situation, but like it's like I'm.
Well, what do you propose
it's gonna
we
be
do
frustrating.
now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with two Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible? But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. and we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
Which is the roughest part, because it's like, yeah, you can't do anything about this. Anything for her. She refuses to budge. Even in the timeline shenanigans, you can't do anything. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You want to change, make a big timeline oopsie about this? Like, You. I mean, there's only so much of a big town and oopsie you can make, and the bigger the oopsie, the bigger the thaliaks got to yell at me. I feel like Gloria is like, I really want to say something about this, but there's always so much I can say without really making me feel sound worse in the end. And it's already demonstrated that I have been acting very nonsensical as of late. Very almost always massively flippant about this whole thing. Commit the crime. Do the time. Oh, is there another one? Jump. Jump again. Backseating, pray tell me I am wrong.
Is that it?
Aye, that would be the Airy. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye. His caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated.
Like, do I need to get another out of
it
the
is time
crystal
we called upon Master
barrier?
Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
Oh, forms with sufficient power to break through the primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Airy. No better solution, pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition you do not swear to lure Nidhogg was there in our absence. Still no glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I have no such of that. Contact me by link pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. Alright, let's see where that's for, Count Edmund. 4 times mana. Emily, Alphanall. We were fortunate to find Lord Emily at home. The tavern keeper's losses are a gain. When it comes to exchanging information of uncertain origin, Lord Emmeline is something of a prodigy. Ah, the hero returns. How's it goes to fight old girl? All I trust. Search the Sid Garland, you say, and say no more. Taverns are full of talk and said that so how genius has cropped up more than most. Here has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See is commissioned to actually fly. It would seem that the project was in play with mishaps from the first. In any case, Scarlet Works employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll your master does too. Alright, to the airship. Hi, Wedge. What, Vet? There are dragons coming? Oh, sorry, can't talk to how to fish this. I'm gonna get out of here. If Ishkar comes to attack, we have to get it pretty sharpish. Don't like the idea how we half job finish, though. Gloria often I'll have fare you both done terribly well, judging from the face. Yeah, we need a way to get through there. Through another barrier. Never a wooden barrier, and say it's conjured by Nidhogg. Not fair. Well, Enterprise could take you very much. You would not fare as dragons. Agile ship your size and all that agile? Yeah. They're more worried about Estidian just messing stuff up, and it's just like, yeah, nah. Big Switch, it's time to take that little toy of yours to the test. I don't know if I'm going to do this whole thing in one sitting. Just because my head is pounding more than usual. And like every movement is kind of like drawing sharp pains. It's worse than yesterday, because worse than yesterday because the serotonin is draining out of my body. Yes, the Skysteel manufacturer, as we call it, works devoted to the construction of dragon-slaying weapons. All one ball bigger, but I know where the future is headed. Which guy has used a small corner workshop, all part of the agreement. You'll see to make the most of the space. The project I know you're gonna love this one.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
Well, good thing
In other
that's
words,
where
there are a few
where
places
we're
you can
going.
fly, lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off, if you'll forgive the pun.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds.
It's amazing
You,
Estinian
meanwhile,
was
should concentrate on providing
just
Rauban
waited
and the Sultana
through this whole
whatever help
thing.
they need.
It's a little side quest that we're doing. Greetings, you, Gloria. Let's show you here and use the tower that brought us. General Rauban says to me and uncover the Sultana's whereabouts. And wants you, by me, both of you, to go to where he stands right away to hold an investigation. Hey everyone.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady-in-waiting, Muriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands.
Yep.
We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours? Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo and for Ul'dah!
It's a good feeling seeing him all fired up. One of the chosen trash the Sultan death like sleep and says slay hero. Want to know the beast for Arthur Crimson State. There must be an antidote to this poison. Notarius Muriel, the Sultan's former lady in waiting, a woman and her heritage. Told you to bet. Alright. Panel, teleport, Yuna. Sorry, I'm not as energetic as I was yesterday. I'm just like, it's hard to talk because every time I raise my voice, there's a sharp pain in my head, and the reverberations of my voice is just like, hey, you remind me of the power of my voice, power of the voice that makes me makes my head vibrate with pain. The voice that was like, it's like, oh God. I'm just fighting through the pain. It's nothing much I can do. House closest to the market. Hi, robot. Hi, Papa Lima. Papa Sean. Tear this place must. Bolting down some other hole. Some of her buying fruit in the market square. Met the Sultan's handmaid on a number of occasions, but I cannot for the life of me bring her features to mind. She is rather generic, isn't she? But like, you know. Target married a such a former hand lady waiting woman of Midland heritage at totally 2 years left. Yes. Hello.
You are Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden.
He is so furious. It's just two lawfellas just marching up.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Lonorito, you best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim.
Of course.
'Twas plain that Telegi's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Telegi. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
Considering everything.
Conniving little worm. You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution.
La la la.
Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended.
Good, then it doesn't allow me to kick his ass. Toss him down with a couple of eyeballs.
Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive, and preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Telegi Adelegi without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find Her Grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
That feels like that feels so backhanded. Feels so backhanded. Like, I mean, I understand why they had to do it. And Gloria understands why they had to do it, and she doesn't like having to live through this a second time. A second time, it was just like, she's just over here, her playing with her phone, and Alphana just turns to her. He's like, why didn't you step in to stop this? And it's like, look, there are some things that you have to let play through. Some things I have to do. I would have loved to cut them all down, but like at the same time, the least I could do is to give him a light bonk at the same time. You killed the one you served. Pray, excuse my mutterings. Write a line to you from an old poem. Old poem. Yeah, sure you will, Gary. We'll just talk about that when we get back to Doba. She just looks at Gloria and she's like, you know something about that, don't you? I was like, eh. By the 12, I feel Lord Rito's hair in our bloodbath. I was trying not to. A little bit that he all people give us some means to rouse the Sultana. Look, he has good intentions. He's just really shit at giving those good intentions away. Those good intentions into service. Okay. You make your way to Ul'dah. Imagine all Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. The man is direct, but he is also really terrible at making his point come across without being sounding offensive to the other people. It's just how he is. He's a monetarist. Lord Rito's potion is effective as he claims. It appears that the cat has most swiftly clear our names. Bartholomew, if everyone does not, he was really surprised by our presence here. Yep. Thank you.
having the longest dream.
"'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrias. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
Like, it's got a point for some things that you can't actually stop people in a time loop.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same.
Good, you're learning.
I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption.
At this point in the timeline,
as ever, It is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause.
At this point in the timeline, Gloria just grabs him by the scruff of the neck. Just grabs him the headlock. It's like, how many times it gives him noogies. Like, how many times I had to tell you this? You're being too hard on yourself. You were just a kid with a PMC. You're PMC, but I don't hold it against you. No, stand up straight. Get your act together. You're starting to learn what you were supposed to have learned a while ago. He just Alphinaud is like, are you really sure that you're just going to forgive me like this? And she looks at him and he's like, you're fine. You're fine. Look, you're not a kid anymore with your mom's money. Go and do something that's right. Okay?
Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphinaud, proud member of the Scions.
Buddy boy, you've always been a scion. You just never knew it. Let's just speak of mine inner turmoil. There remains there's no women alive where I would confide. Where we're not your shining example, never urged from me, appalled by despair. She just gives him a pat on the head. He's like a regular pat on the head. He's like, come on, cheer up. No word from Mr. Garland. The color nearing completion. Sure that her grace will make a full recovery. Law 2. Yeah, there's no thing stand at the rising stones. Her braves a bed of Reverend Toll and they learned to capture Elder's defeat. Blue uniforms and rose were wearing soldiers loyal to you, Mr. Alphinaud. We should probably go to the Rising Stones and get all into the Scions, and because there are some good people there. Under your live and Gloria tonight, you'd say that's great crew. Gloria's salvation, bloody blood betrayal. Here us complaining, try best you expected. I would fight for freedom just for your sorry, ain't it right, mates? Commander, we know what you might say. You have enough of it. Talk it over. Your uniforms, get your rank with no less of a company. You'll be finished, but the company ideals belong to you. Often our minds made up, and may get used to it. That help the science. That starts in 1 minute, by the way. Don't know if you do the items and feast. Philomen got ambushed by some bird unit curs over in Limsa. Who you danced for your news, foe. I heard nothing since, but I guess she's lying low somewhere in the port. Avoid missing silence, I promise you, between us and the immortal flames. No stone in yours that will be left unturned. To scrutinize the science records, they should provide us with likely locations so the missing archons might have fled. Put your mind at ease. It is for work such as this that we have been trained. Gloria Lair, I joined the Crystal Blaze and hope to follow your footsteps. I do not regret this decision, not even for a moment. Feel blessed, which is such a display of camaraderie. We must repair this damage to find minds to find focus, not where to begin. First things first, we need to put the writing stones in order and have the archives return to find their headquarters in such as samples. Since Shinobi to spy upon the brass blades, seems like Ida and Papalido's resistance accounted for a sizable number of the company's soldiers. Know for certain is that our friends' corpses were not found among the bodies they left behind. Speaking of future plans with remaining Braves, any information we have uncovered on missing signs what we need to share with our allies across the realm, specifically Ariashi and Wittgenstein at the Tara and Ishgard. While organizing various channels of communication, I'll ask that you call them Master Garland Manufacturer. I'll join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Okie dokie, I'm off. These brain zaps are getting annoying. I've never had brain zaps before, but now they are starting to get on my nerves. I can see why people hate FXR. I mean, my God in heaven. I was spared the worst of the brain zaps when I was on FXR, but now that I'm off it, it's just like, this is like, oh my Lord in heaven, why? I can't talk to Stefan then. Oh, sleepy. Huh? What? I'm awake. Working on a second vessel while we perfect a prototype. Don't worry, we'll be able to handle the winds you're expecting. Gloria, how the hell do you do it? I was about to send for you. At this moment, completed Manicutter's first successful test flight. Few minor adjustments and you're ready to go. I see you to the finishing touches and we want to pay a visit to Fort Tom Spawner. The good of Sydney was looking for you. You got tired of waiting around. Sorry, I had to play political. I play political patty cake. You have been fulfilling your obligations to Oldensen. Mr. Satara had been keeping you apprised of the situation. I learned these Manicutters guard on your completion. I still know the reason sorry to miss. President Needhog seems content in the area, plotting his revenge. My decided at the moment to unfold our plans to start Amric. I think we kept it in the dark long enough. Thermalbert.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Manicutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
All right,
you shall
then.
have my blade as well. There are more of these Manicutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no.
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
I would love to have Amric on our side.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
He has a point.
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander.
Listen to this, Estinian. He's got a point.
What? You too, Master Alphino. By the Fury, you have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Like, look, I can just summon
Well,
a couple
friend,
of people.
It would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Canonical duo. Pricked the master often on his pride and fear, but unless been forceful, the boy would insist on accompanying us to the Eyrie. And if it been blind to his talent, when we our campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt Avanal would make a fine field commander. But it is not practice for the adversary such as Nidhogg. Can't press enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. Where are you, old friend? The cubs are ready to go. Hurry when you are. Can't believe it's only been an hour. I need hog. Let's go, nerd hog. Giovanni, the Eyrie. There's a moment where she takes a moment. She's like, "Ooh, you know what? I've never actually took a moment to take a photo here." And Cydia just looks at her. He's like, "Are you serious? Look, man. I'm always rushing from place to place. Never get a chance to take pictures. Take pictures from the locations I only visit once." Terrible dragon here is before you. Brain zap, please. Getting brain zaps all the time, and this is getting really, really bad. Wait, is my screen actually going on to the other screen? It is. It's not even. System configuration. Wireless windowed. Yes. What the fuck? Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? I don't understand. Why is my game doing that? There's like half a pixel. There's a couple of, there's like, hold on. System configuration, windowed, apply. Okay. Wireless windowed, apply. That's so weird. Oh, it's so weird. Why was that? Why was that even doing that? My resolution was like eating into my second monitor. Ow. I wonder, can I beat him in one go? Yeah, I can. Ba 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 ba. Time is done not to dilute a kind depravity. No, forgot to need Dragoon. Mine has claimed thee once and shall do so again. Like, yeah, the fact that that Needhog does the thing in at the end of Heavensward, base Heavensward, is not a surprise. It's not a surprise to anyone who has actually done Dragoon before. Because it's like, what did you expect? That.
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Shiny rock number 3. Rock candy. Bacchademia.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
Yeah, you brought that on yourself, buddy.
What shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king.
But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid.
Hi,
We
Finn.
few who remain must divide between us
Yeah,
the
you
rulership
should
of
probably
Ishgard.
do both of those.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
Forgotten Knight.
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat,
Hana, Dunda,
and Zemail.
Smile.
But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
Yeah, about that. You got a time traveler. Time traveler thinking about all these things.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded?
Nah, I just got an echo. Just got an echo flashback. You should really look into those. They're kind of cool.
You have borne
Like watching TV.
history, to the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Huldreth took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull?
You have a very good point.
Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried.
Let's go see another dragon.
"'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore."
The Nidhogg has fallen, my heart is yet heavy. The state of caution pleases me not. And one is all put to rest. He is forged by armor anew. Listen, why don't you just go and buy yourself a new armor? The Nidhogg fallen, and none save Hraesvelgr remains to answer our questions. Let's troll the worm again. I saw yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I'll hear the truth from Dragon's Maw. You know, I'm a crafter. Crafter. I can just make it for make some for you. And he's gone. This is part of the timeline where she's like bugging him. It's like, you know, it's not going to end very well if you just walk around it. And he's like, I am fine. I will replace the armor later when I see it's fit. And she's like, take some time, make some armor for you. I see some Titan bronze over there. I can just make you some armor. He's like, I have seen the armor that you wear. It does not inspire confidence or aerodynamics. I'm like, look, I'm fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You really need it. You really need it. I'm sure. Nothing. I'm sure it'll be okay. He's like, he looks at it. He's like, Warrior Light, I am perfectly satisfied with cleaning this armor later. And in the back of her mind, she's like, do I really take away the source of his strength, or for another source of strength, or just do I let him have his dragony moments? Time frames. I want to cause some damage to the time frame, but I don't want Palestinian to be dragony. And at the very last, when she gets to Xena, she's like, "All right, fine, fine. I'll let him have his moment." She was scarce moved when the last reported. Hraesvelgr's confessional soon shake her from her stupor. It was you, was it not? The furious scream of dragons carried far. And the same Nidhogg, what more can you desire from this place? May not allow Hraesvelgr to mourn his definite kin in his peace. Spirit your sanctum of his judgment, Ice Maiden, we have a gift for the great war, a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the dragon song war has consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. It's time to learn the truth was beginning, the whole truth. And we may bring at last this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, Warrior Light. Doot! Sound the horn. Ah, I'm missing out on the ball. That'll be work. Oh, where's always the rod?
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Unto the blinded Nidhogg did I yield the one half of my strength. Hey, look, model reconfiguration. Oh, hey, I'm getting a flashback. I'm just gonna spread this to the two of you, okay? Okay. Slain then, what madness had not made our peaceful accord? A newborn we brood brother, they have been untrustworthy creatures, these short-lived Ellison. Were enchanted by the mortal maid, that folly have cut Ratatoskr her life and mine, mine eyes. Oh, my beloved Shiva, how swiftly their kin made bestial by their appetites. Haste Vilgar, twist their blindness that invite disaster into our lands. Surrender thee and I to me, and let that be thy penance. He guilted his brother into doing this. Nidhogg. They bested me once, but I was reckless. Shall need a single eye to inflict enduring torment upon these traitors and every child of their line. Yield to me my strength, brood brother. My vengeance is begun. As a bound witness to a scene from my past.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
Bloody and blinded, his life was all but spent. If I had half my vigors, I may exact his revenge upon the mortal that wronged us.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
Peace, my beloved, so dearly desired, but shattered by her own kin. The treachery claimed my brood sister's life and our brood brother's reason. Biggest down by fits of indignation will move me to remorse. Go mortals, take your unruly passions and leave this place. Your presence here spelleth naught but misery. And not for she of soothing embrace, but slay you where you stand. Woe betide you should be the bond we share ever weaken. Cranky old bitch, Annie. Plus, betrayal beget unending vengeance. I had not left a single clause who had seen Hirschvelger weakened his own Erectus' own manner of vengeance against us.
"'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard?
Because they're trying to use it.
Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
There you go. Gordon is nice drinks.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence. But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault, and the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
Come on, where are you? Ah, there you are, La Habrea.
The moment is at hand. Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment. It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
Yeah, about that. Just sort of sighs and nods.
There!
Comrades, sheathe your swords! There is no need for further bloodshed!
My lady!
She is come!
Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace.
Good
Nidhogg
good
is
sequence.
Dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards
Gloria's
Ishgard
just like
is
looking through her
dead.
phone right now.
Let his hatred die with him, I say. Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace.
Have we lost?
No, my friend. Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Peace?
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
This is where Gloria makes her decision. Is like, I've seen the timeline, the extra timeline. I'm gonna make sure my boy lives. Make sure my boy lives, and I'm not gonna fuck off on my duties either. Because I've seen the timeline where I stopped caring about it, and T. Alexander. And it's like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna do it this time. Do that this time, because it's just one possible timeline where I just really had a bad run, bad run. What happens if Ashafant lives? And it's just like it's one possible thing, and Gloria's just going through all her things, and she's like, how do I prevent the defensive ability to go through, and it's just like, oh yeah, I have an idea, and she just decides the best way to defend against the stupid lance and to reflect it is to go Gunbreaker and use the Gunbreaker shield to bounce it. Bitch serves the situation better as well. Serves a bitch. Serves a bitch.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his knights, 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead, and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more.
Yep. Gloria's just going through her job crystals. Crystal's looking for a solution to stop Ashafon from dying, and she's like, I could draw like a dick butt Pictomancer and stop the blade, but it's going to go through the drawing. And then she comes up with the most ridiculous, and she just realizes there is one option that she hasn't tried yet in all of these time loops.
But to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emmerich prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him, that which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
I mean,
that is a risk I am willing to take.
Let's just happen.
Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
You'd think that. You'd think that. And we know the Archbishop.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emmerich is the Archbishop's bastard son. Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emmerich is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood.
affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope.
Gloria clicks for on that.
Than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
And she's like, let me not quote you on that.
Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
Is that a flag? That's the flag going up. That's the flag going up. And also, this is where the timeline diverges. Gloria is like, I have so many job crystals. I could do possibly whatever. Often you said the wound didn't heal. Wait. That's it. That's what I need. I got it now. And then she just thinks back to Raktika, where they pulled that little trick on Ranjit. And she's like, I need a shield. But the shield doesn't have to be a shield that's gonna be me putting myself in danger. And then she just gets this evil grin and starts cackling. Afanad looks over her. She's like, "Are you all right? You just look like you just solved a puzzle that I am very terrified to ask about." She's like, "Oh, I am fine. I'm better than fine. I just realized there are two Heavenswards on that same platform, and I have rescue." And she's just like, Ashafan is just like, "Whatever do you mean?" And he's just like, she just looks over at him and he's like, and claps his hands on the shoulder. He's like, "When you get in front of me, promise me this. You will take 2 steps back towards me." He looks at her and he's like, "Are you sure about this?" "Well, I have no reason to doubt you. 2 steps back it is." And that, my friends, is how Ashafant is safe from the vault. Because what she does in this alternate timeline, she rescues the guy next to the Archbishop and rescues him and shoves him in front of the lens instead of uses him, pushes him in front of Archafant. It's literally a mechanic. He takes it before Archafant does. It's so stupid. It works. It works. He takes the damage. And she's like, "Yes!" And now the fight against Forden is like Forden versus the Knights 12, Knights 11. Because they're down one bastard. And that's how Ashafan lives in this timeline. And our party may stand a chance. Our high houses? Precisely the opposite. Revolutionaries were to reside in the broom. Okay, let's see. It's Tara and Forgotten Night. Here we go. Brain Zap. Let's see here. Where am I? Off and all. Seeing the Forgotten Night was spared the worst of the earlier chaos. Gloria, Alhanoff, gods, I've been worried sick. It's good to see you. Thank you, Tatara. How did I manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gildebrand and others barricaded the doors and the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. What were you two? What came of your journey? Oh, this, that, dragons, a lot of spicy heretics. Emmerich decided to go on a crazy mission. Not serious. Sir Emmerich thinking. I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I heard rumors of the people you're looking for. I don't doubt it would be of much use. Only thing I can say with certainty, they're led by someone called the Mongrel. Queer monocle if I ever heard one, but may happen be the individual in question easier to find. Come, let's all make inquiries below. Yeah, what's up? Speak up. I can't hear as well as I used to. I don't know the God's damn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you sure I wouldn't tell you. Mongrel. Not sure what you mean. Blue blood with all of us dogs down here. At first, people were standoffish with a little effort and a lot of parlay, and maybe I should make plenty of friends. Single shred of information, just as expected. Revolutionaries were not invaded capture so along with my complicity. Still, it's good to know that Tataro's ears are as sharp as ever. Gildebrand. Yes. Like, defensives canonically don't do shit against that lance, right? So the only reason you can survive it in the game is shoving another tank in front of you in the mechanics. And that is both a reference to Oshafant defending you as a tank against them against the opponent. And the fact being is that like it's also an instant kill mechanic in the game if you don't actually defend against it. So it wipes the party and makes it harder to solo at lower levels. And I find that very interesting because it's just like your character can't survive it. Can't survive the lance in extreme mode. Extreme mode when you're fighting Forden. If you let the fight go on too long, you don't have another person with you. So that made farming it a little testy. Like it's the simple things that may make the lore really interesting is because like the only way Gloria could prevent Oshafant from dying is to use one of the Heavensward as a shield, and if they didn't want to die, then they would have had to transform right then and there, and use their own body to prevent the shield from killing them, the blade from killing them and take reduced damage. Because when you look at the debuff, it literally reads all healing damage is reduced by 90% for about 60 seconds. And usually when you're doing it at level, that's enough damage to kill somebody, kill a tank if you're not careful. So that's actually kind of neat. Da, 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 da. Guy's a monk. He's down here? Yeah, he's down here. Report to Gillibrand. Honestly, it's good that I decided to do my do my run today for new game plus, because if I were just to lay in bed in pain, I feel like today would have been just like not great. Being in bed in pain is one thing. Being in bed in pain constantly is just like not something that I feel like indulging in, and not ever since half the time I'm like okay. Secret Alpha. In progress, Gloria. Or born at El's a noble woman, the hired maid servant. Fire and blood. Search for Sataru in the broom. There we go. Chasing her.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House Four Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the blue blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Once, and we seemed to face a smiling on us. Had those reference force I had, I do not think what I was concerned. Gloria just leans over and is like, I can think of something, and he just, off and on, just like, please stay your hand. I know you have so much violence in you. I just don't want them to get hurt. She just grins at him, and he's like, no. No, the violence would have been spectacular. You can't much more a story about a weathered cane. Whatever you got to say it. My eye on you. Forgotten night. Alright. Gloria leans over. She's like, you know, there's going to be an intrusion in about 10 minutes. So, 10 minutes. So we'll make this quick.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. What's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hells?
Oh yeah, cure.
The unmistakable scent of heresy.
At this point in time, Gloria actually whips out the gun and fires on him. The shield goes up and he's like, oh yes, I forgot about the shield. We forget about protecting this at this point in time because Protect is always on. Protect is always on. Why am I forgetting about Protect these days?
Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder.
Sure, Bert, you're an asshole.
Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes
Guns don't work, so... And then all of a sudden he, at the time, in this timeline diversion...
Wield the irons himself.
Then in the timeline diversion, she's suddenly in his face. And then just, like, punches him as hard as he can.
Such simple
Protect shatters. Protect shatters, and he goes flying into the street.
Let us step outside, my lady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
And he's like, how did you even? And she's like, bitch, I'm the warrior light. Tyrion, I see you. Tyrion, I see you. Nope. No, you're not. Yes, of course. Release your carbuncle. Where are you fighting? Lashafant, this is no time to ask him about this. And at this point in time, Gloria just like winds up and punches them across the road again. Because he's using protect, and like nothing can break through. She keeps on shattering with protect. He's like, how do you keep doing this?
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
He does that jumpy way thing. She's like, Gloria's right behind him, and he's like, excuse me, what? And then she just punches him again onto the street.
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
And then he just like, you bitch. Jumps back out onto the street. He's like, that was for Ashafant.
Heavensward might come here as well.
Ashafant looks at her. She's like, "What the hell? What did he do to you? I'm like, many things, long-lasting trauma. You should look it up. It's something I've been dealing with a long time."
Heavensward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavensward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Aye, your passion moves me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Never liked him as the Inquisitor. He took far much pleasure in his work. As well as a good thing I punched him several times. Time of essence, Gloria. We must move quickly going to discern our intent. I had no record in Temple Knight's involvement. Not as enemies at any rate. I have said it many times. Sir Grenix and Paul Crane on a Charber character makes me wonder. Are all Knights in Temple Heavensward is sad? Gloria stoops down and is like, yes. Yes, they were. They are. I'm gonna punch them all. Don't worry. I'm gonna make him pay. Don't worry, Tataru. They're all going to evaporate under my fist. Tataru looks at her and is like, are you sure you're not a monk? And she's like, yes, I actually am. He's like, I knew it. I knew it. You're a monk. I've never seen you monk before. I've never seen you monk before, but you have the monk vibes. You have the monk vibes. Hold on, I'm being summoned. What can we read anything? How they say? How the hell did you do that thing with the R thing? Well, first you take a job crystal, and then you pour a lot of time, training, and effort into it, and then you punch things really, really hard until they explode. Ooh, you didn't have a high word scum. What for? That was a sight for sore eyes. That was. Chose the mongrel, right? It's because I am. I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Sorry, it's all this time. I'm wondering if hearing. Friend's still rotting in the cell. Let's not keep him waiting. Time to get on with it. Nonsense about trying wider gates. Heretics is that nonsense. You're not who? Temple Knights, of course. Brother started doing that first, but then he lost his head. Especially the Heavensward. Eric excuse to go door to door to broom, slaughter heretics and their sympathizers on one well swoop. What's the plan? With attention to high houses, waiting sincerity, and the cooperation allies in the service. Have friends in high places. You fools not to get your goals. No more knights are ideal recruits. There is a man eager to die whose cause he does not hold dear. Amassing a heretics, for example, unable to join in defense of the halt. Spread false reports and attack again where it is. Oh, they do cause a diversion. Because even is not very likely. Maybe before I send a word, we want to get a second chance at this. That's why we weren't swarmed in the high in the area. Okay. Estinian, I will make to reach underground jail and search for his Lord Commander. Do not move until the second party has entered the vault. Make your party warrior like our Shpanda Master Alphana. Night outside the vault. Vault time. This is where Gloria would probably get into her fighting gear. And to make it look like she's a target, wear her cloth armor. Hours in place, Mrs. Gloria. It's like, oh my, I'm a coffee. Why am I so weak? Why am I so helpless? Helpless. Dear me, I'm a target. Look at this book at my side. And then it's just like, oh, hold on. I want the satisfaction of doing this. Not as a dragoon, but as a monk. We need to come to blows with Heavensward. We're from trial combat with escape. I pray we match for the whole order. I'll be lying if I said that idea of drawing my blade in the vault does not give me pause. And I lives to Sarah, and there's no greater calling for a knight to see the life of his fellow man. Brandish a sword and shield and votes how the halls to do it. So be it. Oops. Pop. Hadouken! I'll punch you really, really hard. Hadouken! There you go. Just punch him really hard. Range of fire, range radius 100 yards. Range radius 100 yards. 0 yards. Beside you.
I will not yield to you! I have the power!
Oh, I almost got him. All right, let's see what you got, Chambert. Hi, jerkwad. Wonder if I can snipe him from here. I can't.
Filthy rats!
Ooh! That looked like it hurt. He's so happy about that. My friend, I heard the Archbishop makes his escape. And now another AU happens. She claps Ashafant on the shoulders like, remember, 2 steps back.
Our power! How can this be?
Ashafant just realizes what he means and is like, yep. This whole cutscene is just like blown out of water. Oh, water. Like, I mean, it's traumatizing for everybody involved, but like, his charm bird is there. When she changes to her healer, a white mage right here, right?
Father, please!
For a mercy, We were not too late.
Oh, 3 bell.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
You spent. At this moment, she shouts 2 steps back, and he's like, yes, right. Then she fires back, rescue into Charmbert, and shoves him in front of that beam. Because look at the pacing. Look at the spacing there. He is literally in within rescue range. She could have done it too. She could have done it too. It's not that difficult. Yes, this is one of my favorite new scenes.
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
You are unharmed. Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of...
Man, that graphics update is really good. You can see his reflection in her glasses.
Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
Ad break. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna wait for the next scene because it's actually very profound. One of my favorite scenes, and I don't want to do dad disrespect. But yeah, Scharenberg took one for the team. Team. So I'm just taking a break. Give me a bit. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. All right. So, I was explaining. Trying to explain that you have to block that attack with another body, and people are like, "No, I'll just parry it." I'm like, "Fucking hell, you can't parry it."
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
Vermalbert. Curse this bloody horse on the piss on this swiveling round table.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hraesvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too-fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thordan's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
The dragons here are more like the Ursula gun dragons, where there's like more seething eldritch involvement, seething eldritch beings than anything else.
Doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught?
Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
Most corrupt man in the state.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I have given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Yeah, it's called primal transformation.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Horschiffon was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thornton and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
I feel like I'm gonna you're too closer. No. Well, I know where they're going, and then at this point in time, Gloria's like, "Well, they're going to Aziz La, and they need this." And Gloria just holds up the key that she grabbed from Bismarck. Is like, hey, you're gonna need this. He's like, where did you get that? The primal that killed when it went to Cloud Top. Because remember, in this timeline, Gloria is like, you know what? I saw the primal thing that I needed to kill, so I just killed it anyhow. Before anything that I need to do. Check off on my list of things. The list of things that I need to do to doing the list that needs doing. Yeah. So this whole part we're just going to go is all non-canon. Oshafon's with us. Oshafon's with us. He's like, well, I'm a little battered, but I can come along with you. Us is law. A normal cosmic power that's key to this planet. You know the key. You just need this to get in there. Here's some landing ready to depart. Good at the airship landing. Ah, God, this headache. These brain zaps. Working through these brain zaps is really kind of rough. You say we are ready to depart. Certain Tara and I had much to discuss. The mission science and assured Oriana and Riol are pursuing promising leads. Yes.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azizlar, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets. Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
Okay. Normally, I'd go ahead and complete the expansion, part of the expansion, but I am I'm in a lot of pain today. I feel like I need to take do less today, so I'm going to raid out to another channel, see about doing something else. I'm not feeling very. I'm feeling good enough physically to continue like 4 hours, but my head is just not giving me the time I need. I need to do so. I'm looking for someone who has similar size. Bjorn is online right now. I'll send you to Bjorn. Alright. Take care now. I'm going to rest up for the rest of the day. Alright, talk to you all later.